Are your cats not allowed on the kitchen counters or or the kitchen cupboards? This is Jacob. He's not allowed on the cupboards or the counters, and he knows that. Anywho's, I had a lot of maintenance going on, so it was really loud, a bunch of loud men in here, and it would make them very anxious when they would leave, and they would go up there to try to hide and seek shelter and safety. And sometimes he goes up there just to test me if he wants attention and he wants to be crazy, huh? Do you want to go play with your brother? Well, there he goes. Anywho's, this is the first place I ever lived where there's not like a finished wall over the cupboards in the kitchen. And that makes a lot of hiding places for the catos. So I don't know what to put up there. It's not the 80s or 90s. I'm not going to put a bunch of baskets up there. So my big brain thought I control the cats and I can paper mache a bunch of giant balls to put them up there so the cats can't go up there anymore. And obviously you could get more creative with it. You could paint them like fruit if you want. But yeah, if you want to know how I made these big, gigantic paper mache balls, well then keep on watching. Let's make the paper mache mixture, shall we? Now, when I first made it, I was scared I was going to make it too thick and add too much flour. Now I want her thick. She needs to be thick. So you can make it however you want. You could do less flour until you like the consistency. I like to do 1 cup flour, 1 cup water, and I also like to add glue. You can add like 2 tablespoons of glue. I bought a lot of glue, so I use almost like a half a bottle because I want my balls to be strong. And don't forget to wear old clothes. You don't mind to get dirty. Even use like an old bowl to make your mixture in. My mixture is going to be a little bigger, so I'm going to do 2 cups of water and 2 cups of flour. Some people add salt to their mixture. They say it helps it dry faster. I don't do that just because I'm scared it might add like little grains of salt. I don't know if it does. It might, dissipate. Who knows? What is it? Dilute? I don't know. Okay. So we'll do that. Like I said, you could do 2 tablespoons of glue. I like to do a lot. And then after we're done, we're just going to mix it all together. There are some little tips I do want to add that is going to help when you put on the paper mache onto your balls. Alrighty. You can't see what you kind of can see what it looks like. We're going to mix it. And like I said, I like it thick. You can make yours however you want it. I started with 1 cup of water and 1/3 flour. And then I just kept adding more flour. Sometimes it's too thick and I add a little bit more water. I just don't want you to get too hung up on the consistency of the mixture because that's what made me nervous to even start the project. I'm going to show you all the secrets on how you get your paper strips and you submerge them completely in the mixture. But the most important secret is to make sure that you completely wring out each strip 2 or 3 times. So it doesn't really matter how thick your consistency is. Guys, I have to come clean about something. I was being fake. In the last part of my video, I cleaned the whole hallway right there because you guys were going to see it in the background. But normally I have a bunch of trash blocking those doors because my cats like to open those doors. And as I was filming in the video, as you can see, Grayson opens those doors. My life is literally just trying to make barricades around the house so the cats can't get into areas that they figured how to open up. So I have to block this door that has the water heater in it with a bunch of water bottles. And then over here, I have to block this closet that's full of coats and stuff with empty kitty litter containers so they won't open them. So welcome to my life.
If you have a gunsmith and they work on it, yeah, it's totally possible. If you're a really good gunsmith and he sets, if you're like a nostalgic person, like driving an old car, you can bring it to a mechanic and you redo the brakes. Sure. to look at that.
Okay, guys, I don't know what this angle looks like. I'm sure it's horrible for my stomach. I ate a lot of chocolate chip cookies and eggnog this weekend. It was a mistake, but I don't regret it. I don't always wear gloves. You can wear gloves. When I don't wear gloves, just make sure you wash your hands often because that glue, if you're using glue, you don't have to use glue, but that glue will dry. So I just want to show you really quick how we make sure it doesn't get goopy and it dries correctly. So we make sure the paper strip, you can get newspaper clippings, you can get brown paper bag, make sure it's completely submerged, and we're gonna wring it out really good 2 or 3 times until you almost get all the liquid out, but it's still wet. And then we're gonna put it on. It might be a little messy since I can't see. I just want to show you guys what it's going to look like. There's a huge crease on that one. And then when we get our next one, we want to make sure it overlaps the one we just put down a little bit. But you also want to keep in mind and make sure that you let each layer of the papier-mâché dry completely before you start on the second layer on top, because that's when you can run into a lot of problems. And that's where it could get really, really time consuming because, like, just think about it. Each layer takes me 2 days sometimes if I wait overnight. And I'm on like 4 layers on some of these. So this has been taking me a while. Okay, guys, I want to update you guys on my ball making. I'm on 2 small balloons. And if you work with balloons, they are a little harder to work with just because they inflate and deflate depending on the temperature in the room. So I got some medium ones and small ones going on. And originally, I was going to do all balloons because at Michael's, I found out that the really large balloons were $3.99. But then I went to Walmart and saw that their big balls were only $2.50. And the balls work out way better because they don't inflate and deflate as much. They're more sturdier. So if you can find balls, that will probably help you out a ton. Hi, Jacob. Look at all my balls. The end is in sight. I am so excited, guys. I'm already starting to paint them. Okay, let's go over, just in case you do make this. When I bought 3 balls, it already stopped the cats from going up there, but obviously this is now an art installation. So I was thinking, why don't we just go over all the steps just in case you want to do this DIY yourself. So first you're going to get all your balls or your balloons and you're going to paper mache them 4 or 5 times. The more the better. I wanted to do 7, but I got lazy. And then after that, you're going to want to pop all the balloons or remove all the balls and then cover up the hole. That's what I'm also in the process doing right now. We're covering up all the holes after removing the balloons and stuff. So we're still waiting for that to dry. And then after that, you're going to want to paint them, and you can paint them whatever colors you want. You can do eyeballs, you can do beach balls, you can do billiards balls, basketballs, soccers. I mean, I guess you can do anything. Bowling, golf balls. I guess I'm a little boring. I'm just going to do a bunch of random colors. You're going to want to paint it probably about 2 or 3 coats each. And then I might also just give them a quick shellac and like gloss them, just spray them really quick in the back. I like to get these paints at Walmart. They're only 50 cents each. So even if you need 2 to completely cover the big ones, it's only $1. Okay, you guys might have been eyeballing this gaffled, chopped looking one I've had in the corner. See, all of them might not work out, especially if you use balloons. But I have enough with like the small and medium ones. I'm going to trash this one, but I kind of want to see if I can stand on it. I gotta go to dinner. Hi guys, I'm at one of my favorite restaurants and I got seated in this little private secret room all by myself and it's so cool. I think they forgot about me though. But it's like my own little dining room. I like it. And I love jazz. That's why it's one of my favorite. They always play jazz. And just like that, all my balls are finally done. They're all sprayed down and shellacked and dried. And now the only thing left to do is put them up there and arrange them all pretty. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I keep moving them around. I haven't found their permanent spot in their placement yet, but it's pretty fun. But like I said, I could have stopped at 3 because I had 3 balls up there and it already stopped the cats from going up there because there's a window here. They jump on the ledge, they get on their fridge, and then they get in that corner. So just as long as I had stuff over there, it stopped the problem, but I had to make it a moment, right? And if you like this one, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen.